Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your ticker guy coming at you from wonderful Niceville, Florida. Hey, listen, I want to show you some charts. This is quote action that was captured over the last week or so by a wonderful group of people at a place called Nanex. We're going to put the URL for these charts up at the end of the video. These are used with permission, folks, from the fine folks over at Nanex. Here we go in quick succession. These charts show quote patterns. That is, quotes that are put into the exchange but are not executed. And what is the significance of this? Well, folks, it is against the law. Illegal against the law, ladies and gentlemen, to display quotations in a national securities market of any sort that you do not intend to execute. And yet, these, in many cases, moved bids and offers with no trades being executed whatsoever. No intent to execute of any kind. How do we know this? Because there was no execution. And yet, the price, national best bid and offer, did in many of these cases, in fact, move. Folks, if you remember, on July 4th, I put a video up of what appeared to be blatant manipulation of the bid and offer stack in the Globex equity futures market. That was really easy to see because there was nothing going on that night, so it was just a casual inspection and a level 2 display, and hey, there it was! This is a little more subtle, but the fine folks at Nanex have put the tools together to be able to present this kind of data from the middle of the day when there's thousands and thousands of stocks trading, and this kind of thing is much harder to detect. My question is this: if this activity is in fact going on to the extent that it appears to be, if in fact this is blatantly unlawful, if in fact this is blatantly happening as a result of so-called high-frequency trading, and we all know it is because human beings can't produce those kinds of patterns, they're being produced by computers, then the obvious question I have for everyone goes back to the one that I've asked dozens of times before. Where are the cops? Why is it that this sort of crap is still going on? We've got 70–80% of volume on the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, everywhere else, all of it being run by these machines, these algorithms. They're not trying to buy and sell, they're trying to trick other people into buying and selling at a disadvantageous price. And folks, let me make this clear. For everyone that is a winner in the stock market using these kinds of games, which are all these high-frequency trader guys, the algorithm owners, the firms that are using these computers, there's a loser. For everyone that wins in the market, there is someone who loses. The only exception to that is in an IPO, when new capital is raised or when a new bond is issued. When you're trading, for every dollar you make, someone else either loses a dollar or they forego making a dollar. That's just how it works. Do the exchanges love this sort of thing? Well, they sure seem to. They haven't put a stop to it. How hard would it be to do? Does the SEC love this sort of thing? They must, and they don't want to be subject to the Freedom of Information Act. In fact, they managed to get that written into the new financial reform bill. But here it is, folks, in your face. And again, thank you to the fine folks at Nanex who made this possible. Here is their URL. Go over and check it out. I think everyone in America should see this information. And I think you should call your congressmen, you should call your senators and ask them, with a rigged market like this, obviously blatantly rigged, why should anyone be investing in the stock market? I'm your ticker guy, and that's my view.